Hey, sports coming up. Bruising runner Leonard Fournette, fresh off 100 yards a week.
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
To throw is Bridgewater. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On second down, Conner looking for space. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Right back to Conner here on first. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go, D. All day, D.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Throwing. Bridgewater. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This from 54 yards away. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know, maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Off play action. Martinez. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Fleming. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Martinez. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Martinez now to throw on third down. Now he's forced out right. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On second down, there's the option going left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Back to throw. Martinez. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 86 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he has now done it. That is career sack number 201. He has the all-time NFL record, surpassing the previous mark set by Hall of Famer Bruce Smith. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 24 carries, 108 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Looking to throw. Martinez finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jaguars getting set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's Connor. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Martinez on 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw is Martinez. From the gun, he'll throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Going right side here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. Open man is Westbrook, complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Leonard Fournette. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. On the draw, this is Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I'm going to hit you all day.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never brought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. They'll run here with counter. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Bridgewater. He'll get that one complete to Connor.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Fournette. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the penalty, it's Fournette. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Martinez on 3rd down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Bridgewater on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Bridgewater now. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. Here's Martinez on first down. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. Now Fournette. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Chicago. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. That one going against the guard, Andrew Norwell. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a toss. This is Connor. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. That's a microcosm of how it's gone for their rushing game so far this year. 29th in the league on the ground.
Yeah, it's a great illustration of what we're seeing because these problems go back to the offensive line. You can't give guys free access to your backfield. Can't let these free runners come and get them because free runners turn into free hitters.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater over the middle, and it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Bridgewater going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the Jaguars send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now they go screen. It's complete. Finding some room at midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The throw over the middle taken in. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. 2 yards, good enough for a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Martinez. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Martinez now, throwing again, over the middle, complete. It's Fleming, and he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw, and he whips that one incomplete there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Martinez. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Martinez operating from the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater. And he completes it to Westbrook.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Right there, 56. I got you, son. Kill.
On first and 10, Bridgewater. His throw caught at about the 5. And stacked a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 3 yards out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. Extra point right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
2nd and 1. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Chargers who are out in front. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Dante Pettis, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail the visiting Ravens in that one at halftime. Lamar Jackson, a touchdown pass in that first half. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with him. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is Fournette, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Martinez. Off play action. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Fleming. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 45-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A handoff to Fournette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Martinez. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to Smith.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you can't score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, I wonder if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This one out quickly to Westbrook. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Spins past him. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. Onto the field now come the Bears. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's the option going left on second down. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Connor on first down, able to take this one forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He hasn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down again.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
In the back. Offense.
So that one will be accepted. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he fires one incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with Connor. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now it's Connor. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, a run with Connor. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing is Bridgewater. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They run a draw here on second down. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
8 yards on the screen there, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Chicago. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the 1st, but instead it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. 51 yards on the punt there. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. They'll run it again with Fournette. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Martinez. Throw left side complete. That's Fleming.
Let's go.
7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down carry for Smith. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Second down, here's an option right. And an alley to run. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, that last run for a first down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. They'll give Fournette another crack, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Here's Fournette. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. That time, a 9-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
That's the way to make it spin, baby. That's the way to make it spin.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Now on comes the Bears offense as he'll be called in to go for 2. From the gun, Martinez to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out at me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Bridgewater now from the 50. The open man is Westbrook. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. The struggle has been real. They have had ample opportunities. They've yet to cash one in. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Here's Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. And again it's Bridgewater. Well, the 2 men come together and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Bridgewater on 4th down. And he comes back with one complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st down, Bridgewater. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Bridgewater now. And the pressure gets to him again.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks all day, baby.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. 4th down, they're going. Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Here's Martinez to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Bridgewater, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground, and 4th down now coming up.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Bridgewater to throw it. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Leonard Fournette with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Bears push further out in front. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, I can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point forthcoming. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Chicago, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.